Hi, this is Daniel here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use my KPI tracking sheet. And this is a very simple but effective tool that helps you run your business in a smarter way and get better results. So I'm excited to share it with you. Now, if you're already here, you've also been able to, meaning if you're already inside this sheet, like I am, you've already been able to access that, which is great. But if not, you will find the link to access this sheet, this tool, below this video. So once you've clicked that link and you're in here with me, the first thing you want to do is what's this training here? So step one is learn how to set up and utilize KPIs in your business. So before you actually use the tool, which is this, you want to understand what KPIs are and how they work and how to make them work for your business. So how do you select the KPIs? What is the time frame you want to use? And then how do you actually put them to practice in your business and with your team if you have one? So the first step is to learn how to set up and utilize KPIs in your business. And you can do that for free by watching this video. Now, once you've done that, step two is learn how to use this KPI tracking tool properly. And that's the video you're watching right now. So you're already watching that. Step three is add the tracker to your drive. So once you watch the video, which you're watching now in full, then after that, complete step three. So to add the tracker to your drive, so you have a version that you can actually edit and use for your business, you just want to click on File and make a copy, and then select the folder in your drive and make a copy. And that's how you save a copy that you can actually use. And then step four is to set up your KPI tracker and use it religiously on a weekly or monthly basis. So right now, let's complete this step and I'll show you how to use this tool. So the first thing you want to know, which you will have learned here in step one, is whether or not you want to use a weekly or a monthly time frame. So we have both, and depending on the business you're in and a few different factors, weekly or monthly will make more sense in your case. So I'll start by showing you the weekly. So usually this is better for example, e-commerce businesses, right? The weekly time frame, Amazon FBA, things like that. It's very simple. As you can see, we have the weeks here and we have a date. So what this represents is basically just the day that you input the data. So that would be, because this is a weekly time frame, that would be the data from the 7 days before this date. So let's say it's Monday, January 10th, you're inputting the data, then you would be putting in the data from Monday 3rd to 9th, right? And that's what you put in on the 10th. Then on the 17th, you would put in the data from 10th to 16th, right? So it's 7 days combined. So I'm not going to teach you again how to decide what the KPIs are going to be in this video. That is back here in step one. So if you haven't watched that, again, watch that first. But once you have the KPIs you want to use, then you simply write those in here, right? What they are. And then you will simply put in the number. So whatever the measurement is each week, you come in and you populate the sheet with the numbers again for the past 7 days. So, it goes something like this: 5, 7, 10, 8, or 9, 2, like it just depends on what the KPI is, right? But that's what you learn to determine again in the first video. Now, this is the weekly, and it's literally just that simple. You just put it in every single week, and that's how you track it. Now, I'm going to show you one more trick here at the end, but that's the basic principle. For the monthly time frame, it's actually less data. So this is usually better for things like perhaps like a service-based business or a consulting type of business. Basically any business that has fewer transactions. So weekly, again, e-commerce, things like that have more frequent transactions, many smaller transactions, but businesses that have fewer larger transactions, they will usually be a better fit for the monthly time frame. So as you can see, this one has a slightly different structure, meaning we actually have the time frame up here. So in the weekly, we have we have a vertical setup for the data. In the monthly, we have a horizontal setup. So the time frame is up here. So this is just basically each month. So the way this works is that you would put in the data actually the day after this final day of the month. So for January, you would be putting in the data from or for the 1st of January until the 31st of January. So you can do this on February 1st. Likewise for February, you could do that on March 1st, and now that would be February 1st to February 20th combined, that data. So same goes, you will select the KPIs and write them out, and then you will simply put in the data points each month, and that's how you track it. Now, final thing I want to show you, it's really this simple. The power really comes from how you use the tool, like how you select and work with the KPIs, and how you use this data to inform decisions and be smarter in running your business and really keep track of it, keep your finger on the pulse. Again, I explain everything about how that works here in this video. The final thing I want to show you is basically how to make this a little bit more visual, because it's just numbers at this point. So let's take this weekly time frame as an example. Same applies on the monthly, but it's actually even more useful on the weekly, I would say. But both certainly works for both. So one thing that Google Sheets has that's really useful is called conditional formatting. So this allows you to color code the data. So basically, let's take the example again here with KPI2, just using obviously a random example. But let's say we had this data here, and it was fluctuating a bit. So I'll just create a sample data set, something like this, right? So what we can do is we can come and apply conditional formatting, for the entire column. So you would come down here, so format, conditional formatting, and then you can actually choose a color scale, right? And then you can choose a different way to do it. So you could have, the lowest number be with the strongest color, or you could have the highest number have the strongest color. So let's use this as an example. So in this case, it just helps me see it clearer visually what's going on. So with this KPI, and you can do it for an entire data set as well, which will make it even more insightful, right? But it will basically help you highlight the changes and the fluctuations. So if this is like a positive thing where it's a good thing that it increases, then this would be a good way to do it, because it will highlight the good weeks. If the reverse were true, so let's say a low score is like a very negative thing, then you could, for example, use this. So it would show you where it's really low, and maybe that's something you need to fix, and it's like an urgent thing, kind of like a red flag. So this would help you see that visually, right? So that's how that works, and you can use that to make your KPI tracker more visual and help things pop out more. So again, you can use it per column or for an entire data set. Usually it would make more sense for each column though, because they are, individual KPIs, but it depends. You can check it out for yourself. Again, you can apply the same for the monthly. So that's how to use this KPI tracking tool properly. And I hope you really enjoy it and get a lot out of it. The main thing is to actually set it up and then use it religiously on a weekly or a monthly basis, depending on your time frame, and use it religiously, never miss a beat, and really have it in front of you and in front of your team, let's say on a weekly meeting, or at least on a consistent schedule, and then use it to make better decisions, be smarter with your business, catch problems faster, prevent problems, and ultimately get better results in your business. So I hope you enjoy this tool, and talk to you soon.